For the last time at this year's Ball Hockey World Championships, welcome to Steel Arena Košice, Slovakia, where home team is about to defend its title against a surprising opponent as it faces Finland in a battle for gold medal. Finland will play in blue jerseys, Slovakia in white as an opening ceremony in which Milan Rampacek will play his final game in national team's jersey. And even before that, Jaroslav Martinusik with a proposal to his girlfriend. So a good start on Slovakia's part as she apparently said yes. So a surprising start to this game, but let's get back to ball hockey as Slovakia faces Finland. We already know that Canada took the bronze medal, beating Czech Republic in overtime. But now it's time for the big game as Finland takes on Slovakia. Both teams have met already in this tournament in the group stage. Slovakia prevailed by a result of 2-1. So definitely the home team is the favorite as it is defending a title for the 4th time in a row. The past 3 World Championships were won by this team, Slovakia, who badly wants to make it one more here at home in Steel Arena, where home support has been great for them the entire tournament. Here's the roster of Team Slovakia. In the goal there should be Patrik Polc, an undisputed number 1 for the Slovaks. On the other side there will be a bit of a conversation as yesterday during the final Tomi Kuru had to leave the net in the 3rd in the semi-final against Czech Republic to be ultimately replaced by Vilahard Kusamo, and that is indeed the case as Kusamo is still in the net even for tonight's final. Mojmír Hojer, the Slovak Republic coach, gets his team ready for this biggest game of the tournament. So far, it is definitely huge for both teams, as Finland has a unique opportunity to spoil Slovakia's dream run during this year's tournament. Now an opening face-off between Vitanen and Piak is won by the Slovaks, and the final already begins with Slovaks immediately trying to put a shot on goal, which they did, but Kusamo was able to make the stop. Vitanen the other way, as Finland had tried to settle down after Slovakia really began the game on a high note. Piak gets back into his own zone. Slight forecheck by the Finns. But only one player is there, Santu Sirkala, who was on the forecheck. Still Finland back in their own zone. Ahola makes the first pass. He could not get it to Paulus Kariniemi, so Slovakia takes it over from there. Oravec racing after it. It's played on a backhand by Marietta. Yesterday against Czech Republic, Finland was also an underdog in the game, but they were successful in overtime as the hero was Hans Menelanen, a 23-year-old forward for Team Finland, who scored a golden goal to give his team a chance to battle for gold. Slovakia had a little bit of an easier path, at least as the result would suggest, as they beat Canada 6-1. But it was a close encounter for most of the game. After 2 periods, Slovakia was leading only by 1, but then they capitalized on their power plays and punched their ticket into this final. You can see Steel Arena is really packed for this one. So obviously a lot of people find their way into the stands to cheer on Slovakia as they try to make it 4 consecutive World Championship titles. And if Slovakia really wins, it would be their 5th overall gold medal, which would tie Canada, who also has 5. So another element that adds to the importance of this game. But obviously Finland wants to spoil Slovakia's celebration, as it had showed throughout the tournament that it has a lot of heart. Team Finland is full of hard workers. They know the system. They are really good, especially on the defensive end, and they are really a tough opponent. So let's see how Slovakia handles this team tonight. So far, not much happening in the opening 2 minutes, as both teams are only testing each other for first attacks. There's Patrick Bolts, who was manning the net against Canada yesterday. He allowed only 1 goal. He was sharp. But same goes to Kusamo, who, after he entered the game, he didn't allow another goal. Only his backup Tomi Kuru for this game did allow a goal from Czech Republic. Now a long shot is whistled over the net of Kusamo as it goes out of play. Both teams can make a wholesale change. Perhaps the best players on each side to pay attention to for tonight's game are on Finland's side Sami Pietzalo, who's got 8 points in the tournament already, and Juho Kangas. Also, let's not forget about Toni Lampo. That is the biggest danger on Finland's side. And for Team Slovakia, so far most points have been scored by Jaroslav Martinusík, the man who started us off with a proposal before the opening draw. He's got 7 points in 7 games, but also a very good statistic from Matus Lipták, who scored also 4 times. He's got 6 points, and a couple more 6-point players. Milan Rampacek, who is playing his last game for Team Slovakia tonight, and Libor Teplický also with 6 points. So plenty of scores for Team Slovakia. On the other side, more of a good group of players. Now a breakup for Slovakia, and a 5-hole attempt, another rebound. It goes wide from the stick of František Poliacek. Now a battle in the corner as the whistle is gone. Great atmosphere here in Steel Arena. Very suitable for this final, as 2 best teams battle it out for a gold medal. The initial shot was sent on the net by Lukáš Tomka, and then Poliacek was there on the rebound, but he couldn't finish past Vilehard Kusamo. It will be interesting to see how he handles the pressure of this big game. Slovakia good on the forecheck. Martinusík trying to work the ball free, and he does, but not in his possession anymore, as Johannes Pukema clears it up for his teammate behind the net. 3.5 minutes have passed since the opening draw, and Slovakia has been slightly more active side, but didn't score yet. And Finland is again showing off their great organized play in their own zone especially. We are really looking forward to what this game brings us in the coming minutes. Slovakia with a snapshot. Hard save by Kusamo, and he has to make another one on the rebound. Slovakia still on the ball, but now Finland can get it out. Clearing attempt by Juuso Nieminen. It doesn't get out though. Another deflection in front of the net. Finland takes control. Now a clearing attempt off the glass onto the stick of Roman Bujdak. This is a signalized offside, so Finland can play. Jani Viitanen takes it behind his own net. Three Viitanen brothers suiting up for Team Finland once again in this final. Jani, Lauri and Arttu. Two of them are defensemen and Arttu is the only forward among the three. Now an offside the other way as well. A bit of a sloppy start, a lot of stoppage and play on both sides. As now Finland trying to cross the offensive blue line on the face-off. Arttu Viitanen, he is successful. And Finland will set it up from their own zone, and a good speed shown off by Santtu Sirkala, who was all alone in front of Patrick Poltz, but he made a first important stop in this game. Definitely the biggest chance for Finland so far, as Sirkala showed off his speed. And he also got a shot off on Patrick Poltz, so both teams threatening now. In the first, good job by Sirkala again, who is still the pitch for this shift for Finland. Now he backhands it, wanted to get it to Arttu Viitanen, his line mate, but couldn't do it. Sirkala now trying to pass it deep, intercepted by the Slovaks. Sirkala still battling, and he has it for Ahola. Viitanen has an open man. On the point, a hard snapshot. Didn't get to Poltz on the stick of Pohjola. Now Finland will have to turn back to defense, but only momentarily, as now Slovakia, great work on the loose ball. But this pass leads nowhere. They have to start all over again. Lukáš Olejník. And a whistle. Let's see what is the case. Perhaps only a hand pass or a similar call. Doesn't look like a penalty. Still, we are playing without any power plays on either side. In the opening minutes, it's been pretty much even between the two sides. Finland has had their chances as well as the home team. But we are still scoreless in this final of 2019 Ball Hockey World Championships. Finland now taking their time, but this will be an icing as it floats all the way up to the goal line of that Patrick Poltz occupies. Let's take a look at one of the other chances so far for Slovakia. On a hard shot, a bouncing ball could not get rebounded by the Slovaks, and on the other side, great lead pass, and Santtu Sirkala to control, and he made finish. Goalkeeper made a Slovak goalkeeper made a save. And now let's get back live to Steel Arena. Slovakia controls after the face-off. Martin Usig, he's got an open man, or rather Rampacek fired. Great work by Vilahard Kusamo, who's got it without a rebound, as he controls to give his team some confidence. But even this shot was a dangerous one from Martin Usig. Slovakia still on the ball in the offensive zone. No longer though, as Sami Piecalo clears it out of the zone. Josef Minarik now takes it, he dumps it in. Martino Sig racing after it, but first one to it will be Tony Lampo, who controls, but he is being checked by two Slovakia players who now had to offer change as Lampo brings it in. But he takes a hit and doesn't carry on in this attack, as Michal Salajka will wait for his teammates to complete the change. So both teams take a bit of a timeout, and the first as 7 minutes and 10 seconds remain here in the first. Another stoppage in play, this time an icing from Slovakia, as Patrik Svitana couldn't quite get to the ball soon enough. Patrik Svitana also scored yesterday against Canada, especially in the third. It was an amazing performance by Slovakia, and then a lot of scrambles between both sides. Here is Slovakia's coach giving advice to his players, as Patrik Svitana will perhaps stay on the field during this commercial break to take the defensive zone face-off. I mentioned it yesterday, Svitana is one of a few players who play professional ice hockey. And as for a lot of hockey players, ball hockey is a great way of staying in shape during the off-season. It is quite similar, only it is being played on different surface and without skates. Teplitsky was running hard, and now Svitana is thrown out of the draw. Teplitsky will replace him. Vitanen loses it anyway. Vorenma battling. But instead it's picked up by Matuš Lipták. No longer he has the ball, as Sirkala is able to take it away. Another big hit along the boards. But Finland is able to work the ball free. Good work by this Finland's line. Risto Lindfors working hard at it. Now he gets it back. He gets cross-checked, but no call, and Slovakia can go on the attack. 3-on-2, Svitana. He's got an open teammate. A shot is controlled by Kusamo. Another confident-looking stop by the Finnish netminder, as this man, Libor Teplitsky, tested him from ideal position, but Kusamo was able to face his shot without any trouble and stopped it. A draw to his left between Cibik and Finland. Is able to control it. Now a bouncing ball picked up by the Slovaks, and another whack at it. The rebound was there, but not put on the net by Slovakia. Marcel Cibik with great work. Now another rebound opportunity. This time it was Matuš Lipták. Good shift by the Slovaks. They have to retrieve back in their own zone. Petr doskočil. He tries it along the boards. Now Finnish player ends up on the ground, but he's still battling. A couple of players now trying to work the ball free, and now the whistle is blown, as Kariniemi also was working at it even after the whistle, which Petr Doskočil did not particularly like, as Ivanen and his line now go for a change. Same goes for Slovaks. Now ball goes out of play and into the netting, so another stoppage in play. There have been a lot of those, as obviously with the game being as big as it is, you can understand a little miscues by both sides, especially in the first. 5 minutes and 20 seconds remain in period number 1. Now chance for Russia, for Slovakia. Lukáš Olejník still on the ball, protecting it along the boards. Now to the point where the shot is fired. Tomáš Vidlar let it go. Back the other way go the Finns. Alex Huki only dumped it behind opposition's net as Slovakia takes it. Tomáš Vidlar goes for a change. And the home team now takes their time to set up a new attack. A long pass on the offensive blue line is now picked up on a backhander, which is gloved by Villahard Kusamo. Lukáš Piak was there in ideal position, but he could only get a backhander on the net as two Finnish players were another player thrown out of the draw. Martin Usik wins it. Lukáš Piak has got it behind the net. Piak tried to turn with it and in the front of the net. Nobody could shoot it on the net. We are still playing without a single penalty on either side. So far it's been pretty uneventful on both sides. The finals tend to be that way. Spiak goes for a change. Now a jump ball, sort of between Vitanen and Piak. Got called for a stoppage in play as we continue playing this gold medal game. Finland controls behind their own net. And now they make a good first pass. They can start building the attack, but intercepted by Slovakia. In a great shooting position. This time for Boris Oravec, who tried the attention of Villahard Kusamo. And the net went off afterwards for another stoppage. Oravec had one of their bigger chances so far in the first. On this hard snapshot, it was saved by Finnish netminder, who's been really sharp so far in this game. The same can be said to his counterpart, who's had to stop one breakaway when Santtu Sirkala was heading in all alone. But Slovakia's goaltender also stood tall to keep it scoreless, still in the first. Now Cibik loses the draw with another 3 minutes, 20 seconds to go in the first. So we are still waiting for our first score. As the semi-final has been a low-scoring game, the same now the case here in the gold medal match. Finland players certainly feel like this could be their year and their chance to win the world title in ball hockey as well. We know that they already like Slovakia because they've won the ice hockey world championships here just a month ago. And now they are in the final in ball hockey as well. What a result it would be for this country to be able to come up with 2 gold medals in the same year from the same country. But now a chance the other way as a hard shot stopped by Kusema from Miroslav Božík. And Finland taking its time once again. Viitanen waits for his teammates to change now. He passes it to Kangas, who has Sami Pietsa already for the pass. It was intercepted by Slovaks, who immediately turned back the other way. But a bad pass on Team Slovakia as well. And now a first penalty is going to be called, and it's going to go against the home team as one of the men in a white jersey is going to be called perhaps for a tripping. It's going to be Jaroslav Martinusik, who checked Sami Pietsalo really hard, and he's going to sit for do so. Maybe a first opportunity to score for Finland as they now get ready for the man advantage on the face-off. It will be Mikko Hivänen, and he wins it. Finland immediately gets set up. Hivänen gets it back from the point. Oh, where is Viitanen? Viitanen, now he fires a hard shot, but over the net. So Finland controls after another face-off, this time in the neutral zone. And the Finland player went down. It was Johannes Pukema, and men in blue jerseys have to retrieve. So far, not much doing on this power play. Finland got set up early, but other than that, no dangerous shots on the net of Patrick Poltz. Maybe now it will be the charm for USA, or for Finland rather. Across the rink pass. Kangas is there, now controlled by Lampo. Finland still has another 50 seconds to go on this man advantage. Viitanen on the blue line. Viitanen wants it back, and now he gets it. He shoots. Good block by Slovakia. They will have to kill off another 30 seconds if they want to keep it scoreless going into the second. And now a successful clearing attempt for Slovakia. There's only 20 seconds remain on the penalty to Jaroslav Martinusik, who still sits in the box. Finland in any sort of rush. Now they show some desperation with the dying seconds in the first, and now the horn sounds signaling the end of the first 15 minutes and this gold medal game between Finland and Slovakia. We are still waiting for our first goal. Second period of the 2019 Ball Hockey World Championships final is about to be played, as we are still scoreless between Slovakia and Finland. Both teams have had only a few chances in the first, as both goaltenders prevailed over shooters. Vilahard Kuusamo in Finland's net and Patrick Polc in Slovakia's goal, both still keeping clean sheets. Overall, it was a pretty sloppy first period for both sides, as still Slovakia will begin this period short-handed, but only a handful of seconds should remain, and we're gonna witness a 5-on-5 ball hockey in a short while. So let's get to period number 2 in this Ball Hockey World Championships final, as Martin Usig already jumped into the ball and he scores on a backhand right after the ball has been dropped for a start of the period number 2. Slovakia takes the lead. Martin Usig on a backhand puts it through Vilahard Kuusamo. So maybe the proposal did help. Jaroslav Martin Usig, who was ready to jump from the box really quickly. He made a great job on the forecheck to take the ball away from Risto Lindfors, who couldn't quite stop the Slovak threat. I mentioned Jaroslav Martin Usig as one of the best forwards on Team Slovakia, and he confirmed it once again during this opening goal. So maybe things will start to get going a bit faster. And now with Finland already down, but they've been in the situation before in the tournament and they've handled it very well. They've made numerous comebacks, even in the playoffs, whether it be in the quarters or in the semifinals against Czech Republic. A bad job of anticipation by Lindfors, who should have maybe played the ball with his hand or with his glove rather, but instead Jaroslav Martin Usig with the takeaway and a backhander past Vilahard Kuusamo, who allows his first goal in this game. So let's see whether things change as far as the activity on Finland's side goes, as it would be an obvious reaction to the opening score, but still no time to panic. A lot of ball hockey left to be played. 40 minutes still in the second. Now Slovakia encouraged by the first goal, pressuring in the offensive zone. Now Finland dumps it out, and it's cleared for an icing. So another good shift for Slovakia. This time they force Finland to clear the ball, as a Slovak coach can be really satisfied with his team's performance so far, especially at the start of period number 2, as Slovakia really jumped at their opponents right from the opening face-off, and maybe also took advantage from Martin Usig, who jumped right back in play after he was in the box. Another shot is whistled wide of the net of Vilahard Kuusamo. Slovaks still battling for it. Matuš Lipták, but he loses it behind the net, and Finland can start their rush. And now a good job by Finland, another backhander. It's stopped by Patrick Polc. Johannes Pukema was the man who tried his attention, as there was also Alex Huki who made the play for Johannes Pukema, who then tried a backhander, but Patrik Polc stood tall in Slovakia's net, as he has throughout most of this tournament. He's the undisputed #1, a 34-year-old goalie, most experienced one. His backup Matěj Bolibruch waiting in the wings for his chance. But Slovakia certainly hopes that Patrik Polc won't be substituted. Finland is also missing its more experienced goaltender. I touched on the topic in the first, as Tomi Kuru was injured yesterday during the game against Czech Republic, and he did not return, and he is not available tonight, or maybe only for a substitution. We don't know the exact health update on Finnish netminder. Finland are now trying to answer. Lampo is in front. He got a pass from Kangas. Battling at it is Sami Pietsalo. Good shift by Finland's top line. Shot from the point is blocked. Now Slovakia's turn. But rather back on defense go the Slovaks. Now they tried a shot at the whistle just wide of net of Kusamo. An interesting attempt. Lampo is still in the game. He's had a long shift. Now he battles for the ball to work it free. He's desperate for a change, as you can see. Now he gets it as Polc goes out of his net to play it. But only to Finland sticks, as one of the better players tonight, Santu Sirkala, is able to come up with a ball. So Finland for change with some pressure, and Sirkala try to put it on the net of Patrik Polc, which eventually hit it, but it was an easy save for Slovak netminder, as both teams go for a change. So the start of period number 2 definitely went Slovakia's way, but now Finland has settled down after they allowed the goal, and they quickly realized that still a lot of time remains from this game. Now a clearing attempt, not successful by the Slovaks, as Paulius Kariniemi puts it deep. Now he goes in after it. Kariniemi with the ball. Good job from Michal Salajka, who almost got the ball back. Slovakian stick. Now a shot from the turnaround. Easily handled by Polc, but a good shift from Kariniemi. Who kept possession for most of last few seconds. Still arena looks almost sold out for this gold medal game. We still don't know the exact number of spectators who have found their way to Košice, but certainly a big one. So this is the biggest game of the tournament so far, and it will obviously remain so, as this is also the last one. And now Slovakia on the forecheck, and ultimately they work the ball free only momentarily, as Boris Oravec was trying to get it in front of the net. Finland controls, but still Slovakia relentless on their hunt for the ball. Finland back the other way. Alex Huki takes it. He's got Hivenen and back to Pukema. Finland has steadily built pressure after they allowed the goal, and now they have a big chance. Left all alone in front was Juuso Nieminen. Patrik Polc had to be sharp once again. Finland still with pressure. Pukema. He gives it up for Alex Huki. Now Slovakia tries to clear, but good keeping by Jani Vitanen. And now almost Slovakia could have gone in the odd man rush. It would have been 3-on-1 for Slovakia, but ultimately Finland held on to the ball. And they now change while still with the ball on their sticks in offensive zone. Kangas makes a good play back to the point. Quick shot blocked from the stick of Juuso Nieminen. He's joined by defensive partner Viitanen fired this one. Now a ball is out of play. Let's see whether there was a deflection, but it doesn't look like it, as Patrick Poltz is having a hard time facing many shots on Finland's side. This one was handled by him from the stick of Juuso Nieminen. But it's fourth or fifth great shift in a row from Finland, who are really threatening now since allowing the first goal from Jaroslav Martinusik in the opening seconds of this second period. Now Arttu Viitanen ready to take the draw. Sirkala battling for it, but now it's time to go back the other way. But it's offside. Miroslav Božík didn't wait, or rather he did wait, but his teammates were in the offensive zone a bit sooner than he expected. So a draw in the neutral zone, controlled by Viitanen. As Finland dumps it deep. Going after it is Vuorenmaa. Still Finland with possession. Arttu Viitanen dumps it behind the net, where Vuorenmaa is waiting for it. Hard battle along the boards by Slovakia, 2-on-2. Finland comes up with it though. Arttu Viitanen maneuvers in the corner. Now he's got an open man, but only for a moment. Now a rebound by Finland. A great opportunity, but it's just wide from Ville Matias Ahola. Again, big pressure by Finland. They've had a couple of great shifts going for them. How will Slovakia answer? Definitely not on this pass, which was a slow one from Petr Doskočil, and he goes for a change. Certainly a lot more entertaining period than the first one on both sides, as Finland is trying to tie this one up. And they are again in the offensive zone. It's chased down by Pohjola. Shift after shift, Finland is increasing pressure on Patrick Poltz's net. Now another shot, it goes just wide. Poltz really has to be ready for anything, as Finland is dominating the past few minutes. Now a bouncing ball, still the whistle is not gone. Another rebound. It had to be battled out by Slovak netminder. Patrick Poltz was already down, but he still managed to make the save. Perhaps a biggest chance of the last few minutes on the stick of Ahola, where he put a backhander on the net. And another one from Finland, as they've certainly had their chances to tie this one up, but still this man is able to keep the clean sheet. As the draw will now come outside the Slovak zone, but Finland is on it. And now a shot from the wing. Again a save by Poltz. Finland still on it. This time it was Alekzuki who will get a whack at it. Still good keeping the zone by Finland. Now home fans feel like their team needs a lift, and they are supporting their players. Vitanen, his shot is blocked. Long minutes spent in Slovakia zone by Finland in the last couple of minutes. But still, Finland trails Slovakia 1-0 with 6 minutes, 20 seconds to go in the second. Pace of play has definitely gone up here in period number 2. Vitanen with a bomb of a shot. Lauri Vitanen tried it. Now Finland has to retrieve. Jani Vitanen. Good pass on the wing where Lampo gets it, and he fired. It bounces to the other side of the offensive zone. And Slovakia is finally able to settle it down on their sticks. A long shot is wide from Boris Oravec, but Svitana is on it. Now back to the blue line, or the point rather, where a sizzling shot came over the net from the stick of Ivan Gajdoš, and another whistle. As Finnish netminder Vilehard Kuusamo stops the play. These supporters can be quite satisfied so far with the result, as their team is holding on to closest lead against Finland. We are in a commercial break here in Steel Arena Košice for the last game of this incredible ball hockey World Championships tournament. Only question that needs answering is as to who will raise the first place trophy and take home gold medals. Right now it looks like it's gonna be Slovakia for the 4th time in a row, but still a lot of ball hockey left to be played. As this break gave Slovakia time to regroup after Finland has pressured the net of Patrick Polc in the last moments of the second period. Even though Slovaks opened the scoring, they have perhaps been too protective of their lead in the coming minutes. Now Vilehard Kuusamo didn't know where he had the ball. Ultimately he did find it. It was stuck in his left pad, or maybe he knew it all along. It didn't look like it from this angle. But the important part is that he was able to cover for a draw to his left. On the face-off, Matúš Lipták for Slovakia. He's up against Kariniemi, who wins the draw for Finland. Marietta. Good first pass, but not quite reached the stick of Jeskanen. So Slovakia with a chance, and now a bit of an open space for the home team as Lipták has got it. Ahola is with him, and now he battles him along the boards, but there is help on the way for Slovakia, who are now in a good position to shoot. Another rebound opportunity on a backhander, they score! Miroslav Božík makes it 2-0 Slovakia. So a cruel outcome for Finland, who have controlled pace of the play for the last few minutes, but ultimately they have to swallow a tough pill as Slovakia makes it 2-0 on this backhander by Miroslav Božík. Second goal scorer of this final, Slovakia makes it 2-goal advantage. Let's take a look again as Miroslav Božík showed great awareness around the net. as he I think along the way. And Vilahard Kusamo couldn't react to the deflected ball. So Slovakia now leads 2-0. They've definitely made most of their chances. That is needless to say. Here in the second, as they've had fewer shots on goal, but still they lead by 2. And goals for Martinusik and Božík. And now another goal would be huge on either side, as a 2-goal lead can be the worst lead in hockey, as they say, but if Slovakia it's a third one, it would be a mountain to climb for Finland. That's needless to say. Now Viitanen battles it out behind his own net, and he gets it back. As I've said, immediately after the goal was scored, it's a cool outcome for Finland, who have been the better side so far in this period. Now they have a chance to answer. But to no avail, as Mikko Hivonen didn't get the rebound. This will not be a nice thing. Finland can play. A long pass now ends on Finland's bench, as you can see and hear that the atmosphere here in Steel Arena is tremendous for this final. Supporters can be quite happy with the outcome so far for Slovakia, who lead by 2. As Patrik Svitana is ready to take the draw for the home team. Kangas is up against him, and the Slovakian player prevails with another 3 minutes, 5 seconds to go in period number 2. So far it's been a better one scoring-wise for Slovakia, as they put 2 past Kusamo and Finland's net. So let's see whether Finnish players still have fight left in them, and whether they have the energy to attempt a comeback in this game. There's nothing to be played after this one, so you have to put in 100%. That doesn't need to be reminded to any of the participants in this final. Patrik Svitana, he protects the ball well with his body. But Juho Kangas is on him. Svitana still holding on to the ball. Now he gets it deep, and a collision in Finland zone, as I think it was Nieminen who got hit. He's now lying on the ground, but looks like he'll be okay, as he took a stick perhaps into the eyebrow area, as Boris Oravec will sit, and he will perhaps sit for a double minor. We'll see. So a double minor looks like for Boris Oravec. Definitely there was some blood on the face of Juuso Nieminen. So a great opportunity for Finland to make it a 1-goal game still in the first. We'll have to wait and see for the confirmation of the exact length of the penalty to Boris Oravec. But now let's get back to Finland's power play. Now a one-timer is blocked. Another chance. Viitanen now fires and is out of play. Into the netting by one of the Finland's players who tried a shot. So what better time than this one for Finland to score a goal in the last minutes of period number 2. Certainly it would be huge for them if they can make it a one-shot game, so to say, going into the third. Jeskanen is ready to take the face-off, but he loses it as Slovakia can clear, which they cannot do though, as a good control and keep-in by Sami Pietsalo. Finland now set up. Pietsalo gets it back, he tries a shot, another rebound by Finland, and they score! On the rebound, Jaakko Vuorenmaa makes it 1-goal game. And you have to say a deserved goal for Finland for their effort in the second, as they have certainly not been a worse team. And now Vuorenmaa makes it 2-1 Slovakia, still in the second. On this rebound, Vuorenmaa needed a couple of hacks at it, but in the end he managed to put it past Patrick Poltz, who was busy with stopping a snapshot, which he could not control. And an easy rebound was waiting there for Jaakko Vuorenmaa. So, an interesting turn of events here in Steel Arena, as Finland makes it a 1-goal game with still another minute and 20 seconds to go in the first. And they were able to score still during the first minor, so they have another 2 minutes on the power play, and it could get really interesting. Slovakia is now able to clear. They really need to kill off the rest of this penalty, which will perhaps transfer into the start of period number 3. We're down to less than a minute left in the first. Still more time on the penalty kill for Slovakia, who have the lead, but it has been trimmed in half by Vuorenmaa. A good clearing attempt, and all the way back to Vilahart Kuusamo, who allowed 2 goals. He didn't face many shots in this period. It has been a hard one for him so far. And Finland's net. Still 10 seconds to go on in the second. Viitanen makes the pass. Now Huki. But he doesn't have a shooting lane, Viitanen. Huki, and now the horn sounds, signaling the end of period number 2. 3 goals have been scored. And this 15 minutes, 2 of them on Slovakia's side, as right after the opening face-off, Jaroslav Martinusik put a backhander past Vilahart Kuusamo. A second score came courtesy of Slovakia. Once again, Miroslav Božík buried this backhander past Kuusamo, so 2 goals scored in a backhand, but Finland was able to answer deep in this period on the power play, where Jaakko Vuorenmaa buried the rebound to the open net. So, all to play for. After 2, Slovakia leads Finland 2-1. Everything is ready to start the third period of this gold medal game between Finland and Slovakia. After 2 periods, it's 2-1 home team as they led it by 2 goals. But ultimately Finland took one back courtesy of Jakov Vuorenmaa. But thanks to a double minor on Slovakia's side, Finland was able to get back in this game, and the power play still continues for Finland as they try to tie it up Pietsalo. Slovakia back to full strength as Boris Oravec is now back in this game. Certainly his penalty was a costly one for Slovakia as it trimmed their lead. Now Oravec is trying to answer Vuorenmaa's goal. Lampo was trying to cross the blue line, he could not do it. So Rampacek takes it. He tried a pass, could not be reached by anyone in white. That is why Rampacek can set up. Once again he tried a long pass, but Oravec is already headed for a change with 1 minute 25 seconds played in the third period. We still have quite a close game on our hands as Finland only needs 1 goal to tie Slovakia, who want to make it 4 world titles in a row in ball hockey. But still, chance for Finland now on a backhander. An interesting opportunity and a great speed shown by Mikko Hivenen. And this will be an icing on Slovakia as it survived another great rush. Hivenen showed off his speed and he got all the way in front of the crease of Patrick Polz. Ultimately he didn't have to make a difficult save, but still it was really dangerous from Finland. So a draw in the offensive zone for Team Finland. We can expect a lot more pressure coming Slovakia's way because Finland really needs to score. Now off the side of the net it goes in the air. Trying to get it was Jani Viitanen, and now he needs to get back with his teammates as Nieminen chases down Matusz Lipták. Finland with another rush. He dumped in by Kangas, he runs after it. And on the forecheck, still aggressive. Juho Kangas now, Slovakia takes a breather behind their own net as it's controlled by Lukáš Horváth, 21-year-old defenseman. Still a lot of time left to be played in this game. Slovakia with a clearing attempt, which is successful, but only for the price of icing, as the play will come back in front of Patrick Polz. So not such a wild beginning to this period as we witnessed during period number 2, where Slovakia immediately scored the first goal. But Finland answered, even though it took almost full 20 minutes of period number 2. But here they are trailing by 1 and still well in this game. A close one, as the final game should be. Now a swatting attempt by Finland. Slovakia takes it in own zone. Lukáš Piják turns with it. Now he finds Martin Usík, the goal scorer. Who opened us up in this gold medal game. Still another 11 minutes to go. Michal Salajka takes it behind the net. Time is now playing for running for Slovakia rather. They can burn it, and now a bad pass and only turnover. Luckily for Slovaks, Finland only is able to control, and now they quickly lose it. As Miroslav Božič takes it the other way, and he dumps it in from the neutral zone. And Vilard Kusamo had to stay sharp even on the long distance shot. Now Lauri Viitanen makes the good first pass to Lampo, who tried to dump it in. Another whack at it by Ivanen. This time Finland gets it deep. Lampo on the forecheck, but now he goes back to battle for a ball, which is now on the sticks of Slovakia. Boris Oravec battled it out with Svitana, and now another goal by Slovakia. And it's Boris Oravec who celebrates wildly, and you can understand this is a huge moment in this game. Boris Oravec makes it 3-1 Slovakia. It came out of nowhere, so to say, because this was maybe even the first real opportunity in this period. And a bit of luck on Oravec's side as the ball bounced off the post back into the pads of Vilehard Kusamo and back into the net, as you can see. But a good job by Oravec of getting a lot on the shot. It was a whack, sort of, but ultimately it doesn't matter, because Slovakia takes a 2-goal lead once again, as the entire Steel Arena celebrates, already anticipating another world title for Slovaks in ball hockey. But still another 9 minutes, 30 seconds to go. Hero of the moment for now is Boris Oravec. And the time is quickly running out for Finland to do something about it. Now they found themselves in a hole again, as they need to score 2 to get this one into overtime. Now it is an offside, or maybe a goal was out of play, but the face-off will come all the way back in front of Patrick Wolz. So Finland with another chance. This time it's their best player, Sami Pietsalo, on the draw, or it was rather 93, not 13. Tomi Jeskanen. Now a collision in Finland zone. Goal, Slovakia battling hard against the boards. And now whistle is gone. And this is exactly what Slovakia needs to do for the remainder of this game to keep its 2-goal lead. They need to play as much as possible in Finland zone and kill off time until the final whistle. Oravec, who scored the last goal, is back in the game for Slovakia, but they lose the draw, as Finland can make a quick transition into the offensive zone. Viitanen, a second try. He had a shooting lane, and it was a hard shot from him. Now a backhander. Could not get to Pukema. He has to Battle for it in the corner. Svitana on him. Only 8 minutes remain in the regulation. Slovakia still leading by 2 against Finland in this gold medal game. But Finland pressuring Slovakia's goal, and another tough save for Patrik Polc, who's had to make a jump for it. Finland deep in the zone. Going around is Johannes Pukema, who tried a shot, but it was blocked. And an easy chance to clear for Slovakia as they only put it behind the opposition's net. Roman Bujdak did a great job, and he now goes for a deserved change to get pats on the back by his teammates. Every second now counts for Slovakia. A sprint by Finland, and now an open net, and a rebound where ultimately Toni Lampo makes it a one-goal game once again. It came out of nowhere on the Finland side as well. And perhaps a bad play on the part of Patrik Polc, who went out of his net to play the ball, and he realizes it immediately, as this rebound of Toni Lampo was only the result of Patrik Polc and his trip out of his net. Lampo finished with a bit of luck, but Slovakia also had a bit of luck on their shot of Boris Oravec. So it's all tied up in this category as well. And it is 3-2 Slovakia, and now it looks like a timeout's been called. Perhaps by the Slovakia coach, who tries to settle down his team after they allowed a goal. We are witnessing a great final so far, a close game with both teams still with chance to win, even with only a couple of minutes remaining. It's a one-goal Slovakia lead. Right now the difference is the goal by Boris Oravec. Made it 3-1, but Finland was able to answer on this rebound from Toni Lampo, who also scored in the semi-final. He's showing off his worth to the team of Finland. And Patrik Polc is focusing on the rest of this game, being consoled by his teammates. Obviously, he realizes that he made a mistake on the Finland's goal, but now it's not time for any regret, as we are quickly approaching final minutes of this game. Now let's recap the goals that have been scored. The first one by Martin Usik, then a backhander from Miroslav Božík. Finland made it a one-goal game deep in the second, courtesy of Vuorema and his rebound. Then Slovakia made it 3-1 when Boris Oravec scored, and this was so far the last one. Found a way into the back of the net, and it was Toni Lampo with the goal. I'm not sure what is this break all about, as it is already taking a long time. But now it looks like everything is getting ready to continue here in Steel Arena in this gold medal game, which is still very much in the balance. Seven minutes to go. Finland still needs to score one more to tie it.
Czas wypracenie
Slovakia gets it deep. Going after it was Tužlipták. He earns another couple of seconds for Slovakia. And now whistle is gone. Very stoppage in play as a keyboard battle emerged in Finland zone as both teams will go for a change. So a face-off in Finland zone. Teplický to take it against Jeskanen. Jeskanen is successful. And Finland can patiently build their attack. Now a bouncing ball and almost a rebound for Finland. As Slovakia now has a 2-on-1 the other way. Oravec, he's got a teammate open, but he couldn't get him the ball. Now Oravec needs to be careful as he already put his team short-handed one time during the second period as he took a high-stacking penalty on which Finland was able to make it a one-goal game, and that is where things stand still in the third, even though 2 more goals have been scored since. Viitanen, 5.5 minutes to go in regulation. Viitanen with the run. Now he dumps it in for Pukema. First one to it as Slovakia for now, but still battling. 2 players on each side. The corner, Pukema works it free, and now a dangerous pass in front of the net, even though it was hard to handle for Mikko Hivanen. And the nice thing is the goal against Slovakia. Another stoppage in play. As drama continues here in Steel Arena, both teams still with a chance to take gold medal. Slovakia is a bit closer to that, holding on to 1-goal lead. Now draw in Finland zone, Finland's offensive zone rather, and now another stoppage as the referee needs to
Team Slovakia timeout. Big Slovensko odchodí čas.
Determine what the stoppage is about, and it looks like a Slovakia timeout. So before it was Finland who took their timeout, and the assistant coach will set up the next play for his players. So let's wait and see what the remaining couple of minutes bring us in this highly dramatic gold medal game. Finland still in it, and they are known to have great last minutes of games. In this tournament they showed it a couple of times. Slovakia still better positioned to take gold. They lead by 1. Pietzalo. He is on the right wing. Now he gets it back. A bouncing ball picked up by Finland, and a hard hit from Jani Viitanen. But no call as Finland tried to dump it in, and they are successful, but Slovakia is able to control by means of Petar Doskočil, who now leaves it up for Pavel Blahut, who is waiting for his teammates. Slovakia has certainly nowhere to rush at this stage of the game. They don't need a bad turnover. and this will be an icing in the end, as a bit of a pushing and shoving between Lindfors and Svitana, but it's uncomparable to what happened between Canada and Slovakia yesterday. There was a much bigger scramble between the two teams. Still quite a clean game from both sides, as we are playing for gold in the final match of 2019 Ball Hockey World Championships in Slovakia. Right now, the home team looks like a team to beat with 4 minutes left. Ball is deep behind the net. Slovakia controls and they can clear. Moravec working hard and he keeps his balance. And he's got a teammate open. Moravec tries it himself. Now a rebound and a score! Slovakia takes a 2-goal lead, and now it looks like it will be the most important goal of this tournament, because Libor Teplický buries it on the rebound as Slovakia leads 4-2, and now it certainly looks like Finland has a mountain to climb back into this game. They managed to make it a 1-goal game 2 times already, but Slovakia always had the answer, as a similar mistake is now made by Kusamo, as was the case with Patrick Polc in the previous goal. But all the credit goes to Moravec, who made a great effort to keep his balance, and his shot was only set aside by Finnish netminder and then rebounded past him into the back of the net by Libor Teplický. So now desperate times for Team Finland, definitely, as they only have 3 minutes and 43 seconds remaining in regulation to score 2 goals. Certainly not an impossible task for them, but they need to score as soon as possible. Otherwise, Slovakia will be crowned a world champions for 4th consecutive time. Piak wins the draw ultimately to Martin Usig. He's got some open space, but nowhere to rush for Slovakia. Moreover, they now have a 2-goal cushion. They could circle like this the offensive zone and not worry about anything else. Now Finland takes it away and they can start the attack. Was dumped deep by Pukema. Out there to play this Polc, who certainly didn't lose his confidence in the play, which led to Finland's last goal. And now a dump in as Slovakia goes for a change. Only 3 minutes left in regulation now. We'll definitely see an attempt to put an extra player on the pitch for Finland, as there's nothing to wait for. The only question remains as to when Finnish coaches decide to pull their goalie. And I guess it will be pretty soon, because we are now in the last 3 minutes of regulation. Kangas in the face-off. Top line for Finland again in the game. Piazzalo and Lampo are on the wings with Viitanen and Nieminen. On defense for Finland. And maybe now a timeout by Finland, but I suppose it's already been used. As Vilhard Kusamo goes to the bench to discuss matters with his bench, and it looks like a goaltending change, a surprising outcome. We have already seen such a change for Team Finland, as Tomi Kuru was substituted in a game against Czech Republic in semi-finals. So now it's the other way around. Vilhard Kusamo is replaced by this man, Tomi Kuru, who is now in the net for Finland. But perhaps he will only spend short time in the net, as he will probably be headed to the bench for an extra attacker for Finland. Important face-off in the neutral zone. For Slovakia, there is a new man to take it.
Time 32-22.
Cibik, he didn't win. Slovakia needs to defend. Petar doskočil, try to clear. Finland on the ball. Now a chance for Slovakia to break the other way. Tomi Kuru still in the net with 2 minutes 15 seconds remaining in the regulation of this 2019 Ball Hockey World Championships Finals. Nieminen controls. Slovakia deep on the forecheck. 3 players were there, and that gave the open space for Pietsalo, but he could not get the ball deep for Finland. Those are valuable seconds that Finland is giving away to Slovakia, as Bujdak takes it behind his own net, and Finland has to forecheck real hard. Now Teplitsky scored the goal in this period as well. Svitana. This is where Slovakia wants to play right now. Bujdak. Minute and 30 seconds to go. But an easy turnover by Slovakia. Back the other way goes Huki. Kangas, he's got Pietsalo who fires. Or Pukema rather. Still Kangas behind the net. And now a mask of Patrick Polz is off. So a stoppage in play by the referee. Certainly Finland is not too happy about this stoppage in play, as they were finally set up deep in the offensive zone, but this shot by Pukema hit the net of Patrick Polz, who shaked the mask off his face. And now it turns out Finland didn't use their timeout yet. So eventually they do so now, as I imagine they will try it with an empty net. There's nothing to wait for on their part. They need 2 goals and they only have a couple of seconds, a handful of seconds left in the regulation. Tomi Kuru already on the bench. Last desperate attempt by Team Finland. Who else to take the draw than Juho Kangas? He is ready to take it, and now Finland controls, so good start. Still a lot of time left. If Finland scores, we'll have another minute to score another one. Kangas, he tries a good pass. Pukema was the one to deflect it on the net of Patrick Polz, but he covers for a whistle, as the ball is somewhere beneath Slovak netminder. A great pass by Kangas, who saw Pukema wide open, and it was really close for Finland, as it was stopped perhaps on the goal line of the net of this man, Patrick Polz, who stood tall and rose to the occasion for Slovakia, as they still lead by 2. Now an offensive zone face-off. Kangas to take it. He's up against Miroslav Božík. Finland controls. Pietsalo. A one-timer, a hard one. Another rebound opportunity for Finland, who are still in control in the offensive zone. Pietsalo. Time is quickly running out. Now a point shot, and Finland scores. Viitanen makes it a 1-goal game for the 3rd time. So Finland still not out of this, as Lauri Viitanen makes it 4-3 Slovakia. And Tomi Kuru is quickly coming back into his net, as the face-off will go in the center circle. It was deflected probably There was Lampo and Kangas waiting for the shot. Patrick Pols is angry with his defenders. It's hard to say whether it was deflected, maybe Kangas or some of the Slovakian players deflected the shot. Maybe this angle will tell us more. Hard to say, maybe it was Lampo, maybe Kangas. And the disappointment on this bench as Slovakia was really close to taking this one easily. Now they will have to battle until the very end of this final. It has been a great one so far. High drama in the Steel Arena in the last game of this World Championships. Still some time remains on the clock for Finland. Now they're waiting for a confirmation, maybe even as to how much time will remain after this score of Lauri Viitanen. Perhaps it will stay as his goal. I think the video conference wasn't about whether a goal should stand, rather as to if any time will be added to the official scoring. So it looks like 42 seconds to go in the third. Slovakia leading by 1 on a goal by Lauri Viitanen. It won't be long until Finnish netminder is off to the bench, and I assume he is already there. As Slovakia has a chance, Oravec with the empty net. Again Oravec, he has another shot. 20 seconds to go. Finland desperately trying to tie this one up. Pietsalo, a long shot. It bounces onto the stick of Pols, who plays it. Now a clearing chance for Slovakia, and they are able to do it as Bujdak plays it out. Now it looks good for Slovakia as they already celebrate. A championship is back in the hands of Team Slovakia, who successfully defend gold for the 4th time in a row, as they can celebrate, as they will once again be victorious, this time on their home ground. A dream result for Team Slovakia, who held on in the end, but it was really a tough match. Finland gave it their all. It was a great final, as suggested by a 1-goal difference between the two teams. Finland made it dramatic in the last minute, scoring on a point shot from Lauri Viitanen. But in the end, it's Slovakia who celebrates gold medal. But Finland can certainly be proud of themselves, as they were perhaps the biggest surprise of the tournament. They did a great job reaching the final, and they gave Slovakia a real run for their money. As now an explosion of joy between Slovakian players and staff members. Certainly a great achievement to win the 4th world title in a row, and they now tie Canada for a 5 combined World Championships ball hockey gold medals. As the entire stadium is on their feet, as people are cheering their home team on, as they have been for the entire tournament. Now a look at the medals and trophies. They are still to be awarded to both teams, as Finland will take silver, but as I've said, certainly they can take this as a great achievement. So we'll wait until Slovakia players line up on the blue line. Finland already there. Certainly celebrations won't end easily, which is understandable. A lot of emotion going around the Steel Arena today, as both women's and the men's tournament now have come to an end, with Canada women's team taking gold, and now Slovakia men's squad successfully defending theirs. Finland was really close. They played a great tourney, needless to say. And ultimately, they had to face the champions in the final. Endless joy by Slovakia, and Finland will soon realize that they did a great job during the tournament. They will receive silver medals and trophy for second place team on this ball hockey World Championships. Slovakia was under a lot of pressure when the tournament started. Certainly a lot of expectations, especially on home ground. As we recap all the goals, firstly was Martin Usík, and Božík scored for Slovakia, make it 2-0. But Finland answered on this goal of Vuorenmaa. Then off to the third period we go. Slovakia made it 3-1 on a goal from Boris Oravec, who put it past Kuusamo. Then Finland made it a one-goal game. Once again, as Toni Lampo buried this rebound past Patrick Polc. And a similar situation on the other side, as Teplický gave Slovakia a 2-goal lead, and it was ultimately a game-winning goal, because Finland could only make it a one-goal game for the last time on this shot by Lauri Viitanen. That may have been deflected, but that's all history now, as Slovakia celebrates their title in front of their home crowd. And a great gesture by both the fans and the players, who are chanting Suomi all over again, as they also thank their opponents. A very sportsmanlike gesture from the home crowd, who acknowledges a great work by Team Finland throughout the tournament, as Finland certainly feels right at home in Slovakia. A nice gesture by the crowd, who applaud both teams for their effort tonight, as it has been a great final. Not only one winner. And another chant, this time for home team, as the preparations are being made for the closing ceremony of this year's Hockey World Championships, as we now give it up for the announcer and arena. best players of this game from each team will be presented with the last prizes in this tournament. Josef Stumpel again ready to award the trophies. For Finland, it is Juho Kangas. For this game, he was really working hard as well as during the entire tournament, as he takes home the prize for a man of the match of the finals on Team Finland. Let's see who joins him from Team Slovakia for this game. And the scorer of the winning goal, Libor Teplický, joins Juho Kangas for this presentation, as Libor Teplický is certainly very happy not only about this individual trophy but winning a gold medal once again. As he gets a standing ovation from the crowd, as well as other players on both sides. Now the referees to accept their prizes for their participation in the final.
Ladies and gentlemen, now we will announce the best players of the tournament.
Now off to best players of the entire tournament on the men's side, so let's find out who they are. Best goalkeeper is Patrick Polc. So he takes home a best goalkeeper of the tournament award, as well as the gold medal, which he is yet to receive, of course. That will conclude this evening in Košice. Now Polc accepts an individual award from the hands of Josef Stumpel. Let's see who joins him as the best player on each position.
The best defenseman of the tournament is the player of Team Finland, number 54, Lauri Viitanen.
And Lauri Viitanen is the best defenseman of the tournament. So a well-deserved honor for Lauri Viitanen for his performance. Not only tonight, but during the entire run of Finland throughout the tournament. And let's see who this forward will be. It's Tomi Lampo from Finland, who also scored in this game as well as in the semi-finals. He's really a clutch player for Finland. Lampo joins the two players already standing amongst the awarded players.
The most valuable player of the tournament is player of Team Slovakia, number 46, Jaroslav Martinusik.
And Jaroslav Martinusik is the best player of the tournament. No wonder he has really been the cornerstone for Team Slovakia. So a lot of individual awards presented by the Association of Ball Hockey. And most points in the tournament, courtesy of Dennis Schlegel, who also joins the awarded players from Team USA who didn't make it to medal rounds. They had to settle, losing to Canada in the quarterfinals for a lower place finish.
Ladies and gentlemen, now we will announce the all-star team of the tournament.
And now on to the all-star team of the tournament.
The goalkeeper is from Team Czech Republic, number 13, Jan Simara.
The all-star goalkeeper is from Czech Republic. We saw him in the third place game, Jan Šimara.
The defensemen are from Team Slovakia, number 72, Roman Bujdak.
And best defenseman, or an all-star defenseman, Roman Bujdak from Slovakia.
Slovenská číslo 72, Roman Bujdak. And from Team Canada, number 24, Bill Marshall.
And Bill Marshall of Team Canada is the second defenseman on the all-star team.
Now we will announce the forwards of the all-star team of the tournament. The forwards are from Team Canada, number 62, Danny Martel.
And now the forwards, Danny Martel, certainly deservedly takes his spot in the all-star team of the tournament.
Czech Republic's number 89, Jan Billy. Z České republiky je to hráč 80.
And Jan Bílý
Jan Billy.
from Czech Republic is also
Team Finland, it's number
an all-star forward.
14, Juho Kangas.
And Juho Kangas is the last man to get to the all-star team at forward. So we now know all the individual nominees for plenty of countries as they now take the photo. And they will have something to remember this championship by, other than the medals, of course, which are still to be presented. Both opponents of this final.
The 2019 ISBHF Men's World Pro Hockey Championship is Team Finland.
And now Finland will get their silver medals.
Now the silver medals for the second place will be presented to Team Finland.
So a long line of players on Finland's side waiting their silver medals. As I mentioned, a tremendous achievement by Team Finland in this tournament. And the crowd again cheers them on by chanting Suomi out loud. As fans show some love to the second place team as well. The traditional handshake line after all Finland's players have received their silver medal for their effort at this tournament. Then a presentation of a second place trophy still awaits on Finland. And afterwards it will be time for Slovakia to raise a first place trophy for the 4th consecutive time.
Now the trophy for the second place will be presented to the captain of Team Finland. Prosíme kapitána týmu Fínska.
Now captain of Team Finland will get the trophy for his second place finish. Van will take it and celebrate with his teammates. So a final standing ovation for Finland as they finish second at this year's Ball Hockey World Championships. And now off to the winner, Slovakia. So a moment Steel Arena has been waiting for all night, perhaps all tournament. As Slovakia will now get their medals as they jump around and celebrate. So a 5th overall title for Slovakia. So a great job by Slovakia of defending their title as they deservedly take home gold medals. The team members will receive theirs. As this championship slowly is coming to an end, we'll conclude with the presentation of a first place trophy to Slovakia's hands. First, all the team members and staff members will get their gold medals. As the entire stadium celebrates with their home team, as we now only await the final moment of this great night. A great final between Finland and Slovakia. It all came down to this presentation of first place trophy to Team Slovakia. now finally the moment is upon us as the captain of Team Slovakia will take the trophy. But first, the national anthem of Slovakia. So now it's finally time for Team Slovakia to take this trophy from the hands of Josef Štimpel.